Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Gemini out there, so take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Gemini, get in where you fit in. But as always, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Gemini? Gemini. All right, Gemini, you are starting out with the Tower in the reverse. You have the High Priestess and the Two of Wands. So you've recently gone through some sort of a big upset. Something here caused a Tower moment for you, and you're trying to recover from it. I do feel like you're leaning into your intuition. You're moving quietly and silently. There's something here you're keeping to yourself. Some of you guys could be consulting, psychics or tarot readings or a tarot reader, but you're trying to figure out what direction you want to move in. I feel like you're kind of looking at, where do I want to go from here? How do I want to rebuild myself? Something was not built on a solid foundation, so you're trying to figure out how to rebuild this on a solid foundation. So let me see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Gemini's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the King of Wands in the reverse. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. We have the Two of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. All right, so the person that you're dealing with, I feel like this is somebody who has made a decision not to take any action towards you. With the Queen of Swords, they're very defensive. This is somebody who has been through a lot, and they're kind of defensive. They have strong boundaries, and I feel like this is somebody who is not currently, willing to discuss things. They may even appear like they're willing to, but they're very defensive. So anything, that you discuss with this person is going to have to go through, that filter, that defensive filter. So I do feel like a lot of you guys, this person is not taking any action towards you currently. Let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. The Hierophant and Justice in the reverse. You could be involved in a legal, this could be like a divorce, or you could be involved in some sort of legal issue with this person. You don't have to be, but I feel like, with the Hierophant here, this person, they could even be involved in another connection as well. I will say that there is something here that between the two of you that isn't exactly the way it appears to be. And I feel like you are feeling a sense of injustice within this connection. If there is a legal dispute between you and this person, I feel like you don't feel like you're getting a good end of that. So let me see. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection, please. Page of Cups in the reverse. You both have feelings for each other, but you're not really expressing them. If there's a legal dispute between you and this person, it could involve a child, but it doesn't have to. That doesn't have to be the situation. Just take whatever, resonates with you. I mean, this reading goes out to thousands of people. It's not, personalized to just one person. But I do feel like this is somebody who, they have feelings for you, Taurus, and you do too. Now, you're keeping your feelings very quiet, very secretive. But it's almost like, there's something that burns within you about this person that, but you're not expressing that. You're not letting that out. There could have been an opportunity here to have a renewal in this connection, but this person could already be in another connection. And so therefore it was denied, it was turned down. And it would have been from the person that's in your energy. Let me see. Show me the outcome. The Eight of Swords. You're both up in your head about it. You're trying to figure out what you need to do here. And this person is really defensive. Yeah, so at the end of the week, you're just both thinking about one another, thinking about the situation. Should you express emotion? Should you, you know, talk to this person? You're both just up in your head, overthinking it, basically. Bottom of the deck is the Moon in the reverse. Now, you could be dealing with a Cancer sign, but that is indicating that something here is being revealed. Something that's been hidden is going to be revealed. So it could also indicate an epiphany, you know, having a realization about something. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Tower in reverse for Gemini? Okay, so the Tower was caused because of an ending in a love relationship. Two of Cups reversed. And now you're waiting for your justice here. So this connection has ended at some point. You've been waiting for this person, waiting to rebuild with this person. And I feel like this person is resistant to doing that. And you're kind of waiting, but you feel like, you know, it's not right that you're having to wait. Let me see why the High Priestess is here. Four of Coins reversed. Ace of Wands. Yeah, you want a new beginning with this person? Yeah, but you feel like you have to release them. You're so the High Priestess coming out with the Ace of Wands indicates that you're missing the physical connection between you and this person. You may want to, you know, come in and have a passionate new beginning with them. I do feel like with the King of Wands here in the reverse, at some point, the two of you did have a very passionate connection. And I feel like you're secretly desiring this person, but yet you feel like you have to release them and let them go. Now, you're letting your guard down. I feel like you may have been very guarded with this person at some point, and now you're kind of letting that guard down because your intuition is telling you that that's the only way there's going to be this new beginning. Let me see why the Two of Wands is here. Six of Swords reversed and the Empress in the reverse. Yeah, so you feel like at some point this person was extremely nurturing and caring and giving, and now that they're not. But you haven't moved on from this person. So I do feel like with this Two of Wands, you're planning, you're making plans, you're trying to figure out how can I move forward with this person? How can I regain the love and the caring and the, you know, nurturing that was once here? So what I will say, Gemini, is that instead of you thinking about how to regain that from this person, there's the need for you to kind of reverse your thinking and provide that to the connection, and most certainly to yourself. The Empress in the reverse can also indicate that, you know, there's some work that needs to be done with regard to self-esteem, and, you know, worthiness, and that is what's going to help move you towards peace, because right now your mind is very chaotic. So I do feel like, you know, nurturing self and, you know, that's going to be what will help you move towards the peace that you're desiring, because right now there's a lot of stuck energy. I feel like this is somebody that you were involved with, and there was a Tower moment here for you, and it was when this connection ended. You've been waiting for this person ever since, but feeling like you shouldn't have to wait for this person, you know, waiting for your justice, and feeling, you know, maybe even carrying a bit of a grudge. You let that guard down. You release the grudge. You let your guard down, because your intuition is telling you that's the only way there can be a new beginning. So let me look at And you may feel very disrespected right now by this person, which would indicate why there's a sense of injustice here. But you haven't moved on from them. So let's look at their energy. Spirit, why is the King of Wands in reverse? All right, we have the Lovers reverse, and we have the Ten of Coins. So this person, I feel like, is not taking any action towards you, Gemini, because this person is involved elsewhere. This person is someone that, with regard to commitment, they have chosen a different direction, and they could already be in another connection here. Yeah, this is someone who thinks about things from a long-term standpoint. Loyalty, they're not willing to settle. So they're not currently taking action towards you because they've already made a decision with regard to love. And I feel like they're already in a different commitment. Why is the Two of Swords? Why is the Two of Swords in reverse? King of Cups, Queen of Wands. Yeah, so this person loves you. They definitely have love for you. There was a lot of passion here in this connection at some point, and a lot of love. But they're not expressing that. They may express that they have love for you, but they're saying, but I've already made a decision to be in another connection. I do feel like this is someone who feels like you are their soulmate, but the two of you are not on the same page. Yeah, so let me see. But they do have love for you, but they're withholding that. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is now for some of you, this person, they could have tried to bring you in as a third party. And that's why you're feeling disrespected. You're feeling as, you know, as if an injustice has been done here. But for most of you, I feel like this person is very defensive because after this ending between the two of you, they have turned things around. They're moving towards something long term. They've decided that they want everything in their life, not just a piece, not just the passion. This is somebody who, with the Wheel of Fortune, they've kind of moved forward with their life. And there's something in their life that is balanced, really equal and balanced. And this is why they have that sword up. This is why, you know, they may talk with you, but they're going to be very, very defensive. I feel like during the gap between this relationship ending and you coming back towards this person, I feel like this person may have become involved elsewhere. Let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. Nine of Cups. The Knight of Wands reversed. And Temperance in reverse. So at some point you were wish fulfillment. You both were. You both had, you know, you were in love with each other. There was wish fulfillment here. But at this point, Taurus, I guess because Taurus energy is here. But at this point, Gemini, I feel like you're in need of healing. There's a lot of imbalance that's here. You're feeling victimized by the ending of this connection or possibly a different connection. I feel like you're waiting for your ships to come in, but you really do need to balance out your own feelings and emotions here. You're considering this person to be a bit selfish, and they're kind of thinking the same thing about you because in their energy, they're basically saying, you know what, Gemini, I'm in another connection now, and it's a long-term connection. It provides everything I could want. And I've chosen to go in another direction because you were a player. You were in, you were out, you couldn't decide what you wanted with me. And, you know, you were being a bit of a player. And you're both kind of looking at the other as being a bit selfish. So what is affecting this connection? Show me what's affecting the connection. King of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely stressed. There's a lot of anxiety. See, you've been keeping these feelings and emotions to yourself. You've been hiding this for a long time, and you finally lowered your guard, came in and, you know, tried to repair things with this person, or at least that's what's on your mind if you haven't. And now you're just like losing sleep. You're full of anxiety. You're overthinking the situation. I do feel like this person said to you, I love you. Yes, we had a passionate connection, but I've chosen differently now. I've chosen differently. This is somebody who's not willing to be a third party or to bring you in as a third party is what I'm seeing, because they went in a different direction. So I do feel like there's some honest and direct communication. Now, that being said, I do feel like this person feels like you are their soulmate. And they were hoping, there's a hope here that the two of you could have worked it out. But I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like there's a lot of energy of needing to heal in order to you know, be able to give the love, give the nurturing to the connection that you would want. And I don't see that aspect. The other thing, Gemini, is I see a lot of passion here, but I'm not seeing a lot of cups on your side. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome. Now, this person is coming across as being very decisive. They're coming across as having thought about the situation. They're coming across here as somebody who is emotionally available, but they may feel that you are not. And if this is reversed for you, you could be on the other side. So just get in where you fit in. All right, so we have the Chariot, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Star card in reverse. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you're both going to be very much up in your head, thinking about the situation, thinking about each other, definitely kind of trapped in your thoughts, but I do feel like at the end of the day, you're both going to be moving forward. I see you in a very single energy. I feel like your money is going to be fine. I feel like you're becoming very single, very much like focused on self and focused on your money, focused on your spiritual alignment as well. So I do feel that the person in your energy, it's like they kind of moved on. This looks to me like you're reaching out to somebody possibly, or considering it, somebody who has already moved forward. It is going to cause a disruption in their energy here. They were possibly hopeful that the two of you could work it out on some level, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're choosing another commitment. They may have already been in that commitment. And so I feel like they're going to be moving forward. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. I see Aquarius. I see Cancer energy. But with the Hermit here, this is you going with them, trying to figure things out for yourself, trying to uncover the hidden aspects in yourself, which is exactly what you do need to be doing. It's a time of contemplation, trying to figure yourself out, trying to figure out, you know, why you had this Tower moment and what you need to do to recover, you know, yourself. So I am going to pull an Oracle card and we'll see, Gemini, if there is any further advice for you. All right, so you have number 21, and it's called Little Owl. So let me read that for you. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, it says achieve balance. This piece is a metaphor for balance. The fawn's focused stare represents the clarity of her awareness, while her carefully balanced posture indicates that she is physically poised, alert, and ready for movement should the need arise. Her mind and body are in sync and highly attuned to her environment. When we're living in balance, we invite peace and harmony. To achieve balance in our lives, we must learn to maintain equilibrium between our mind, body, and spirit. We can do this by creating, embracing, and sustaining healthy habits. So that's an indication that you have to look at yourself in this reading, Gemini. There's a need to create balance in your life. All right, I do hope that this has been helpful for you, Gemini. If you have resonated with this reading, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are loved, and namaste.